Alright, rocking another.
I couldn't do it.
What?
Just stick to like one game until that long. I mean, I did it for Bless, but
Blast. What was that? Emma.
Bless Online, where I disappeared for like a year.
Oh, the good times. Yes.
Yeah.
I got like eyelashes under my eye. By the way, gray coops like this mean there's nothing in it. Red coops are enemy. Found that out. Jimmy, what time you get off? It's like Cupid's gonna be going to work. Soon.
Oh, I missed.
Oh shit. Need a headshot him for a challenge anyway, fuck it.
Scarbake is here.
Yeah, boss here already, huh? You're both.
Yep.
Nobody's taking it. We need to start fighting with melee, dude. I want the points. I'm going to go for this point here, dude. Ooh, little big boy. Oh, fuck.
Well, I hear dog barking 30.
Help me! I'm good, never mind. Ah! Guy's a dick, dude. Climb! Fucking God, man, that guy was mean. People here, people here. On me. Knocked one, need help.
Try to pull back. I got an eye on him.
I can't. Got them both.
Never mind.
Fucking God, man. That moment I'm stupid happy I got dualies.
Those dualies fuck people up.
Yeah, no shit. Yeah, my portal turned red, so I knew it was about to be a bad time, dude.
I think there's more people here. On this side somewhere.
Look at these guys and I'm gonna move. Just want to camp it out, get some PvP in.
Yes, people here.
Where?
Unless you just reloaded your weapon.
No, where?
Somewhere on this side.
Moving up to you. You good, my guy? Damn. Pull your fucking back out.
Feels like it.
God, I want one of those sneezes that crack my back, dude. I miss those.
Yeah.
You 100% sure?
I swear someone reloaded. Oh, fuck me.
Stop it. Get me killed. And then I'm gonna kill you. I'm fucking haunt your ass, dude. Turn up.
Every tear from the
Oh shit.
ashes,
Fire up, Rich Lord. Go
a
ahead.
revolution.
Oh, I'm waiting in the corner for this one.
Do you want a revolution? Do you want a revolution?
I looked over because I have my stream playing on my TV also. And the fucking just look at the feet I just had, dude.
Ooh, Butcher's
Oh,
not far
what
away.
the fuck?
We can 100% get there and then get back.
You want to?
Yeah.
Just a little concerned with you saying there's people here. Not gonna lie to you. But I think you're hearing shit. So you have it set up now so you can just jump and then go over a wall?
I have to press a different key to vault.
I think I'm okay without doing all that shit.
Yeah. What a poor man.
Damn. Deputy Dan's dead.
Oh my god, like so many zombies just spawned right in front of us. Okay.
Poor man didn't see it coming. You're good?
Yeah, just picking up my throwing knives.
I might start rocking throwing knives. I don't know. So there's gonna be a team ahead of us. There's probably a team behind us dead. Do we know how many people are in our server together? Just the thing.
Not a...
Over here playing a free character. God hope I have 23 minutes on my food. God hope and I don't have to get up during a fight.
Probably won't have to.
Yeah, I'll probably be dead long before that happens, right? Let's see what we got going on up over here.
Oh, I see one. This window.
That window, huh? Can I get it? Can I get up and see that window? Well, they're gonna know we're here in 2 seconds.
Where's the exit at? Maybe we should rush to the exit.
No, no, we hold. We have 30 seconds. Yeah, they're both still there.
Oh yeah, I see them. I don't have a shot though. Peek it again, motherfucker.
Get him.
Yep.
Found him. Push him with that.
I'm throwing it into this window.
Get up on the roof. Still down, but his boy may not even be in there. I threw another molly. Did I?
Yeah, throw another one.
Same spot?
Yeah.
Hit him. Hit him once. He's lower out. It's kind of on the outside. I wasn't expecting him there, so I had the wrong gun equipped. Get the bounty. No. Never mind. I'd almost prefer you taking the throwing knives. Oh my god!
Oh!
You made him a unicorn. Wow, good shot.
Well.
Good shit, my
Well.
guy, dude.
What do you know, man?
That guy's fucking mad. You know what? I doubted you.
People come from that way.
Should I take a bounty? Okay,
I'm gonna get out. I'm gonna push out the back. I
You're
can't
gonna
push
know
out.
where we are, dude.
Well, I fell down.
Person?
Oh, there's three. There's one right there and one over there.
There's three.
Yeah.
Hold it down, then. I see markers, but don't see movement, dude.
I don't want to get out of this building.
With three people, you don't, do you?
Do you still have dark sight?
Fuck no.
Ah,
Trying to
shit.
think if I looted both the people or not.
Oh, there's a person. Oh, burned out. There's hunters can't be fucking looted.
Yeah. He take his gun or nothing, huh? Stupid.
Mm-mm. I'm honestly thinking about this window.
How'd you mark that when you're not looking at it? You turning?
Oh, yeah, I turned.
I saw the trail, but I... Wait, what? I saw the trail, but I never saw a person.
Oh, I see someone. Well, it's going down over there.
Just saw him for a second. He peek around this way to get a shot on him. I hear a knock. You hit? Mark it? I
Yeah.
don't fucking see him. Missed him twice. Damn. Should we just push that shit?
I think so. Let
So-
me out.
So glad you rebound that shit, dude. Come on, farther left. Where are they at? I'm going farther left.
Right here in front of.
Hit him once.
One's down.
You knocked him?
Yeah.
Got eyes on the body?
Yep.
You don't think he's the last survivor, do you?
No, I don't think so. I'm not watching bodies.
I've lost that body. I need to try to tap a body, man. It's 2v1, we can bomb rush it. Alright. Hard defuse.
Somewhere over there.
Pushing up this berm. On me. Got him. Tapping the body and I'm gonna look real quick. Clear. It's all dead.
Okay.
Go do the other bounty too. We have plenty of time.
Yeah, we could.
Where are all these other bodies at is what I want to know. And where's that first one you killed?
Right here. There's two bodies right here.
Oh, cuddling. I definitely don't want this. I'm gonna use it now.
It's fucking adorable. Ooh, what's this gun?
Alright, now where's the... Is that the guy you killed?
Yeah, this person right here, this lady.
So he was looting a body then, huh?
Trying to.
And there's one right here. Which... Is this the guy I just killed? Yeah, I think so. Alright, man, I'm heading west. I'm gonna go, get ready for that boss. I have 8 minutes on my food, so I'm gonna help you with that, and then I'm gonna dip and go get it out of the, oven.
Alright.
I think we're the only ones on the server. There's a lot of bodies here. And then we killed another two. You have sight?
Yeah.
Check that way.
No, we're good.
Alright, I just couldn't tell if I saw something or not. Better safe than sorry, though, you know? We may not be the only people. That's what, 2 teams right there. We killed a team. We're a team. That's 4 teams.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Because we killed the guys inside. So that's 5 teams.
Yeah, and then there's a dead body up here on the road.
That'd be 6 teams if he's up here on the road still. Should we check and see if he's still up here?
Yeah, we could probably loot him if he hasn't been looted a lot.
I think he has been. Well, I'm gonna tell you, man, these Coldwell fucking pistols, dually, are good.
Fucking hell. The amount of times I've died to them. Close range, they're crazy. Ah!
You know, you're the only reason I won that fight, man. I wouldn't have won it with this other gun. That fucking crossbow shot, dude.
That's a fucking nice crossbow
You
shot.
made him a unicorn. That was a great headshot. He's mad, by the way. He's very mad. I would be. Let me just spawn right there.
Yeah. I'll be very pissed off rushing up the stairs to get domed by a crossbow.
I was in poor placement there, man. I dropped down. I only saw the fucking top of his head.
If I
Nope.
missed that shot, it was over.
Yeah, basically. You have the throwing knives out. I'm like, no. I remember that one.
Huh. Guess we went a different way than before. Let's
Yeah.
go simulator.
I need to headshot it for a challenge.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, I need to kill it with headshot. You had sight left?
Yeah. I still got a second left. Making sure all around us we're good.
Another immolator I'm gonna kill. I'm bad, I missed him twice. Wrong room or something? That fucking hurts him. Can I knock it down there from here?
Eh.
Excuse me. Oh. Kill the immolator over here too. You can't get an angle from up top, dude. Not from what I've seen. Move, 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 move.
Oh shit. It's angry.
Ooh, I didn't mean to open that. Open that, just in case. Howdy, partner. Yeah. Yeah, fuck it up. And beat it down. I ain't worried about the rest of that in there. Now I grab the fucking. I wanna grab the. Just on the safe side, I'll put this in the back door. We have an exit right here too, man. The TNT's did a number on them. I got that video from yesterday. I had to upload, and I guess I'm gonna upload this one too. Got 30 seconds on my food. I did start a little bit late. I'm gonna go ahead and take it out now. I'll be back in a second, Cuban.
Okay.
Hopefully nothing horrible happens, you know?
Shut your fucking mouth.
God, I'm glad that we're the only ones left on this server.
How sure are you?
I'd say 90%. We're back. Expecting to get back and you be dead. I'm assuming we're good.
Yeah.
No, you ready?
Yeah. Want to see the money rain in from this game.
I'm killing everything we see on the way, by the way.
Ouch.
More XP, you know?
Yeah.
Won't be much things to kill, but I'm gonna...
Yeah, I'm gonna kill one of these fishies.
Fucking answer my mouse pad, dude. That was just a bad shot. Yeah, I'm pretty sure we're the only ones on this map, dude. We should go to one of these fucking stagecoaches actually and get some more consumables and shit.
Alright.
I'm gonna save my ammo and start knifing things. Like, who knows? Maybe we'll get a free trade out of it. Necro would be a great trade, you know. Oh yeah, I need to do these for my challenge. Not as good as I was hoping it would have been, you know? Alright, let's go.
Ninja Star. Oh,
Sounded like a ninja star too. Ninja knit thing. It's an explosive barrel. I'm gonna be so mad.
Ninja Star.
Just imagine hearing that coming out of nowhere and hitting you in the face.
They should add Ninja Stars.
Yeah, they do. It's called the throwing knife.
Nah.
What's the difference? They're both fucking throwing knives.
More blades, more chance to hit.
You wouldn't die, dude.
Hunting rabbits. Ugh.
Let's bring out. Throw in the water
Yeah,
like an idiot.
I threw my flash in the water too.
I got tier 3. I have tier 3 hunters now. I'm so happy.
Yeah, but they're so expensive.
They're expensive.
I want to see if this guy hits like level 30 or something. 'Cause that was a lot of experience.
Yeah.